You mentioned testing and how testing, you had this traffic and testing was really important. And it seems that testing was part of the DNA from the very beginning. And it was a big part of what ultimately made you successful. Was there anything from your past, from Reed's past, a combination of the two that led to that?
Well, let's see. Guy who spent 10 years in direct marketing, testing, and metrics. Yes, of course, it's exactly that. But what was special is Reed is a mathematician. Reed is a computer scientist. So when you put those two together, how do you deep analytics and metrics and wanting to quantify everything you do? So it was spectacularly fun having a partner like that. And it was interesting because Reed immediately grasped the beauty of being able to know to the third decimal point whether the red website did better than the blue website. But there was other parts of it that he was not quite comfortable with. Like we eventually, at about a year and a half in, did the subscription business. And Reed, I have all kinds of background in subscription business from the magazines. And the core of it is the negative option, which means here's a free month, and if we don't hear from you, we're going to bill you. And Reed hated that. He thought it was the sleaziest thing ever. He goes, you're just going to bill someone without them saying they can bill you? And I go, they do. Anyway.
This is what the magazine business is.
Exactly. And I go, people are okay with it. It works. And so we had some interesting
But that testing culture, I mean, in software at the time, software wasn't delivered through the cloud then. There wasn't this notion of, we're going to put things out and see how users use it, and we're going to adjust the product and everything. So how did you guys build the systems in-house to deal with that kind of testing?
Yeah, we had to do it all, long form. We had to do it by hand. There was no Optimizely, there was no A/B testing tools you could get. You had to build everything yourself. And we had to hire, specialized engineers who knew how to do the extraction. We were running on Oracle Apps, I guess it was called then, a weird database, and it was really hard to get the data from. We had to build, data lakes, the whole thing, but it was fascinatingly and fashionably fun because it hadn't been done before. And we were applying all these things I'd learned in the direct marketing business and seeing how powerful they could be when you had that level of information at your fingertips. 'Cause in the mail letter business, personalization was like, hey, Marc Randolph, won't your friends on Charles Hill Road? It's this very rudimentary personalization, but this was the ability to serve a different web page to everybody based on things they'd done or they'd tried or liked. And then the analytics required to measure that level of testing, really, really fascinating. So you're right, I think that there's a lot of things about Netflix that people go, streaming, but there's a whole bunch of other things that we had to, I won't say pioneer, but I'll say we were certainly one of the early people in advancing things like the metrics, things like A/B testing, subscription businesses and things other than magazines.